pieces that promote music and theater. We're here to see two musicals by John Taylor Thomas, a friend of mine for several years. I met him in the context of the Theater for the New City and the Actors Temple, Midtown. And we have very similar backgrounds as far as being musicians of the theater and doing directing, composing, and piano and so forth. So he's a good friend. This evening takes a little bit of explaining because there's yet another purpose, as most of you know here. It has to do with a completely new enterprise that is just getting off the ground called the Museum of Music Project. And this is a dream, actually. Right now it's a dream of a future cultural institution in New York City called the Museum of Music. Something started by Hermoine Salol, right here, and I several months ago, just in conversation. Wouldn't it be great if we had such a thing? And so who knows what may happen, but we're in the process of building a team of people to begin such things as fundraising. We already have our tax-exempt status, but here's why the Museum of Music is relevant tonight. In order for us to show people what a museum of music might be like, we need a prototype. We need a storefront operation, someplace where people can come and see, oh, there's some interaction going on here. If I went into a place called the Museum of Music in the future, there would have to be something that was interactive, where we were learning about music, anything at all that there is to know about music, the culture, the history, interpretation, how music works, how to conduct. We wish to have an exhibit where you can instantly conduct a symphony orchestra, a virtual symphony orchestra, all sorts of spectacular plans. But what in our humble way right now can we demonstrate? Well, we can have musicians describe how they work to audiences, and that's good enough to begin to show you all what that would seem like. So John Taylor Thomas has agreed at the break between the two different plays he's going to present here to give us a brief talk about how he puts together musical shows. He's written many of them, and so he's quite expert at the entire wonderful art, which I love to practice, of combining music and lyrics. And it is an art, and it's a science, and it's wonderful to hear new approaches. So I, for the first time, am going to hear some of John's ideas about how he does it. And hopefully that will be a great example of how this museum might function. So I'd like to say that if any of you is interested in the Museum of Music, speak with Hermoine or I after the show, and we can be in touch and hand out business cards and that sort of thing. So the evening serves these two purposes, but you're here to see theater, and really good theater with extraordinary performances. Thanks for coming. Enjoy the show.